What's going on, guys? Today we're going to be changing the spark plugs on my Mazda 3. These are the spark plugs we're putting in it. These are NGK Iridium spark plugs. This is going to be kind of a tutorial video on how to change your spark plugs on your Mazda 3 if you didn't know how to, but it's also going to be fun just to see how bad the spark plugs are and also how much better it runs with new spark plugs in it. To my knowledge, the spark plugs in it have 95,000 miles because that's how many my car has, and I don't think they've been changed. I'm pretty sure they're original. So first thing you got to do is just pop this thing off. You literally just pull up on it, pull the little cover off. We're just going to wait a little bit just to let it cool down. But while we're waiting for it to cool down, we want to go ahead and blow all this off because all of this that's sitting here has potential to go down to the engine, and we don't want that. So just grab a leaf blower or compressed air or something and clean all this up, and then wipe it down with a microfiber towel. Next, grab a shop towel or a microfiber towel and some alcohol. Just get a little bit on that just to help it pick up dirt a little bit better. Then we're going to go over here and just wipe kind of the area, wipe the coil packs off, and just clean it up just a little bit. Because the cleaner the area you're working on, the easier it is to work on it. And trust me, you do not want to work in an area where it's really dirty because it sucks. And another thing is you can go ahead and unclip the coil packs so you can clean right in here. What you do is press down on this clip right here until you hear it click. You can hear that right there. Then just slide it out like that. So now that that's all kind of cleaned off, it's not perfect, but it is a lot better than it was, and that should be just fine. A little bit of dust is not going to hurt it in your engine. So next we have to take these two plastic bits off. This is going to be a 15mm socket, and be easy with those because they are plastic. All right, now that we got our 15mm on our ratchet, let's go ahead and pop these out. And they shouldn't be too tight. And I will say, if you are wanting to use a impact on any of this, this is one thing I would advise to get a ratchet for. Something I like to do is whenever I take pieces off, I go ahead and stick them in the empty bag that my product came in so I can keep track of all of my stuff whenever I'm taking them off. The next thing we want to do is take off these four things right here holding in the coil packs. These are all 8mm. All right, so our 8mm should take that right off. There you go. All right, so once we take those out, you can just remove these coil packs. Pull them out like that. Be very easy on them because these are expensive. So once we have the coil packs out, we have access to all four spark plugs. I'm going to start on this first one over here, and we're going to need a 5/8 deep well socket and an extension. As you can tell, the very professional dual extension setup. That one was fairly tight. You also want to have a long pair of needle nose in case these don't come out. All right, so I got the spark plug out. Let's take a look at this spark plug. So as you can see, the top of it is kind of bent and gapped a little bit more than it should be. Okay, so this is a old one compared to a new one. As you can tell, the gap is a lot better on this new one. That tip isn't corroded near as bad. All right, got the first spark plug in. And if you are doing this on a Mazda 3 and you get these exact spark plugs right here, they are a 5/8 drive. And please use a spark plug socket because they're way easier and you can get a better feel for if the spark plug is in place with them. All right, time to pull the second one out. Stick that down in there. And I just want to say that it is way easier if you have needle nose pliers for this job because stuff likes to get stuck down in the engine and you got to get it out. So I got that second one out, and one thing I noticed was that there was oil all over the spark plug. So I think my oil is a little bit too thin. So what I'm gonna do to fix that is put some of this Lucas heavy duty oil stabilizer, put some of that in there, and it'll help thicken up the oil just a hair, and it'll prevent that leak. So if you see any oil on top of your spark plug or on the bottom of your coil pack, definitely go with this stuff, it'll help. Also, if your engine it has a lot of miles and it burns oil, or you got a BMW and it leaks oil, this stuff also helps that. Second spark plug officially put in. Time to move on to the third one. So a trick I'm using is I keep taking the ratchet off of this extension and I'll put it down in there, move it around till I feel it latch onto that. Then I'll grab my ratchet and go ahead and set it on it. Same thing goes for when you're taking it out. Put that spark plug, break the spark plug loose, pop your ratchet off, do the rest of it by hand and it goes way faster. Same thing goes with putting your spark plug in. Go ahead and just pop that in there like that. Then pick up your extension. If you got a spark plug socket, it'll actually hold the spark plug in there as you lower it down. Then go ahead and tighten it all the way up. Can't turn it anymore. Then go ahead, throw your ratchet on, finish tightening that up. Makes everything go a lot faster. All right, so now that we got all 4 brand new spark plugs in, now it's time to basically reassemble everything we took apart. All right, now it's time to put these bolts back in. So one at a time, I'm gonna hand screw these in. Then when they get tight, I'm gonna take my 8mm socket and tighten them up. Just get these snug as well as the spark plugs. You just want them snug. Especially the spark plugs, I was doing it fairly tight. I was getting it snug and then turning it about an extra 1/8 or 1/4 of a turn. We're gonna go ahead and snug all these up. All right, now that we got them all put in, we're gonna clip all these back in. It's as easy as grabbing it on there and then just shoving it on. So if you want to put your engine cover back on, we got to screw these plastic pieces back in to the 2nd and 4th plug. And get that snug, but don't over tighten it because remember this is just plastic. There should be fine. Tighten the 2nd one up. Get it pretty snug, that's good. Then we're gonna grab this very dirty engine cover. Line up the oil dipstick, pop it all back down in there, and we are done. So what I am gonna do is put some of this Lucas down into the engine. I'm just gonna let that run down for a minute or two just to help fill it up. Now that isn't full, there was just a hair in it. And let's go start it. All right, moment of truth. Sounds really good. So now we're gonna take this down the road and let's see how she runs. All right, so everything runs really good. Sounds good. And I can definitely notice a little bit of a power boost. It's not a ton like if you were to put big injectors in it or anything, but you know, it's decent. It's not too bad, especially for just, you know, $40 spark plugs. You know, it was a easy change, better gas mileage. So overall, I think it was worth it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, leave a comment if you got any questions, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.